Okay, welcome to Purification Cleanse. And okay, here we are. This is Purification Cleanse for September 2nd to September 22nd. I thought those are fun numbers to have a 21-day cleanse in. So why not? And okay, Elise is here too. Great. We just started, Elise. Hop on in. And I am going to just right off the bat, I want to keep it super short as I can. But of course, I want to say hi. And I know you already started. I hope it's going well. Some started a week earlier. You're not alone. And some are starting a week later. But we are all in this together. So 21-day purification cleanse with SP Complete. So who can do this cleanse? This cleanse with just the wellness powder that I recommend, that's on the website, with none of the other products, anyone can do. It is a powder that helps to detox our liver and helps us to detox our purification system. Whoever wanted to do this can do it without worrying, like, is this safe for me? Is this okay? But yeah, ask your doctor. If you have questions about this with any things that are going on with you, check with your doctor. There is a myriad of added product to this cleanse that you can actually buy on your own, and you don't have to go through a doctor or nutritionist. But I recommend doing that because there is all these different kinds of supplements to it that you can do, and it becomes a whole different cleanse. I'll say stick with a wellness powder for this one, and it is safe for everyone, and it can actually be drinking whenever we want it to. But in this conjunction with the pantry list that we have, then it's really nice and safe for everyone. It cleanses, and number 2 is that it's a cleanse for organs to work more harmoniously with digestion. Now, it also, number 3 is it's not a weight loss program. We're not going to lose weight right off the bat and become 10 pounds lighter. So we're not going to use it as a slim fast, because it's not that, because it's a detoxification program. But since we are getting a better metabolism, we will notice that we might shed a few pounds. We will notice that the skin will become clearer, and we will notice easier digestion and feel lighter, because it doesn't get stuck. Because when we eat food in a regular manner, sometimes it gets a little stuck in our organs, and it hangs out there for a while with the processed foods hangs out, and it doesn't maybe get metabolized as it should. Now, if we follow the pantry list and if we follow the smoothies, then it will help us to flush the body. And how to prepare for the 21 days. I would say start tomorrow. Tomorrow is a week away. I would say if you are going to, whoever's listening to this has your own agenda of why you're doing this cleanse. What is it that you would like to, what habit would you like to let go of? And what new habit would you like to bring in? Start that tomorrow. For instance, for me is, again, every single time taking away the processed chocolate, even though it's 70% or more, like just an example. And also caffeine, bye-bye caffeine. And so what I'm trying to get to is slow down on the processed foods in packages, slow down on sugar, added sugar, slow down on caffeine, slow down if you drink wine, whoever's listening to this, or any other alcohol, slow down on it, or take it away this week, all those things. Because if we do like 1 or 2 of them, at least this week, if we do all of it on Tuesday morning, then boom, we're gonna get headaches, and we're gonna feel kind of weird about it. So little by little this week, okay, I'm taking this away, I'm taking the dairy away, I'm taking maybe the delicious sliced bread away, maybe things like that, just for the 21 days. Okay. And then number 4, okay, this roundabout on each call, I will have a different topics for each class. They are on the website, and there is a card if you wanted to see what it is. So we start with the cleanse. Okay, but now we're doing the cleanse, we're doing so good, and then we're eating so well. And then I'll bring out a new topic or 2 every time in these calls. And we're not going to talk about how we feel, or, I mean, we could, but we'll bring in something interesting to listen to. And then we'll get more things to think about of what to incorporate to our diet or what to let go of. And that'd be fun. Some of you have heard it before 3 years ago, but it's a little updated. Okay, the art of making a smoothie with a perfect amount of ingredients. That's not easy. It's trial and error. You know, sometimes the smoothie becomes huge, and then sometimes it becomes too thick, and it's like this and that. You just have to play around with it. Choose your berries, your frozen berries, your fresh berries, if you throw some green veggies in there, or the whole pantry list is there. All of that could go into a smoothie. With that said, the powder alone is enough for the smoothie, but it tastes better if we were to put it with like a banana or blueberries or something like that. Peaches, anything. Yes, mango. Yes, all the things in season. If you need ideas of what to put in, message me 970-708-7957, and I will throw out some ideas.
I guess, Marie, I'm wondering about the ratio.
Yes. Okay, good.
Smoothies.
Yes. Okay, so if I fill up my smoothie container with ingredients, whatever I have in there, and I toss on those 2 heaps of scoops in, then I will put the water slightly above that in my container and mix it together. Yeah, a little bit above. And then, of course, then it's like, oh, then maybe it wasn't as packed. And then you have to put some more berries in if you want it thicker. Throw it in the freezer for 20 minutes to make it thicker if you needed to, you know, things like that. Okay. Yeah, some people in the previous cleanses that we've done, they have done smoothies the night before, right before bed, so they can just wake up and go to work and take everything with them and pack it in and be ready, right? Mm-hmm. If you use it all day, the same smoothie, the more you open and close that lid, the more fermented it will be throughout the day. But not all of us have, it can be done just in the fridge with it as much as possible. That's another thing. The powder, when you get it, goes in the fridge because it is alive. It's real. So not on the counter, it will eventually ferment. So in the fridge. Mm-hmm. And number 7, cold or warm foods. That's another thing, because we're going into fall. It's not certainly cold where we are, but maybe somebody who's listening to this feels like, wow, it's very cold where I am. Or maybe you feel, okay, we're going to just roll it back. Cold or warm. Smoothies are normally cold. How can we make them warm? We can cook the berries on the stove, puree them, and have them lukewarm and put the powder in and make it like a fruit soup with the cleanse powder if we wanted to. That's another way. The reason I'm saying this, because like not all of us are designed to start our day with a cold smoothie, because our spleen and our stomach are happy when we give them warm food. So with that said, it's then they don't have to work as hard, and they can digest the ingredients better. Does that make sense? So if we put cold foods in our body, a lot of it, and our body isn't heated up to 95 degrees like in Colorado right now where we are, then the spleen and the stomach has to work extra hard, and that could cause bloating. So that could be good to know. Mm-hmm. So if you have a cold smoothie, have a little cup of tea with it, maybe. Okay. Certainly not at the same time, but prep with some warm tea, and just so that there is a little warm up for the digestive system. Okay. Okay, what kind of teas? Number 8, licorice, ginger, fennel, dandelion teas. Those are good teas for digestion if we needed some teas. Number 9, do we have to buy and use the powder? If you want to do this kind of cleanse and see results within the 21 days of letting go of toxins and purify the liver, yes, I recommend it. But you can also do this cleanse and be tagging along and doing 21 days of clean eating. Just taking away everything that's processed for 21 days. That's a big one too. That's a huge one. If you're like, I can't do all these smoothies, that's so much for me, then you can do that. but you might have to eat more food because the smoothies do fill us up because of they have the rice protein in it. Which takes me again, okay, so on my website, I say I recommend the non-dairy powder of this SP Complete Wellness Formula, but there is also a dairy option, right? There's a dairy option. Instead of rice protein, it has whey protein. So if you are good by digesting milk, then you can certainly choose the one with whey protein and maybe feel a little bit more filled up. I recommend the non-dairy or the dairy, unflavored. There is some chocolate, some vanilla. They have maltodextrin in them for preservatives. So if you have a sensitive stomach, you know, I wouldn't do it. Most most protein powders on the shelf have maltodextrin, but not the SP Complete non-dairy and the one with dairy. That makes sense. Okay, make sure it's the wellness formula, because there is one tub, if you're scrolling around, that is nothing but protein. That is just the protein powder, and that will be a whole different story. That's for later. Okay, any questions from Marilyn or Elise or Carol? We're good.
The non-dairy, what is the flavor? It's just
the same. No flavor. Just it becomes a little bit smoother maybe because it doesn't have the brown rice as the protein.
okay.
Yeah, that's it. No flavor. We can all flavor up our smoothies however we want it to. We have the whole pantry list. We'll go through it a tiny bit too. Okay, so with this 21 days, we start also tomorrow of taking away the red meats as much as possible. So that, because that's another one that might give us headaches or don't feel good if we cut dairy, red meat, chicken, whatever we're eating for protein. If we cut the processed food, the alcohol, all the different sugars, if we cut everything on Tuesday, boom, I'm starting today. Then you're gonna feel a little headachy and like, oh, not so good for like the first week or so. Which you might still feel. We might still feel it. Okay, no processed foods in this cleanse. No processed foods, and that's why we feel so good when we do a cleanse. That's why, yeah, you can do a cleanse with simply clean eating and not do the powder. I recommend it for this one because that's what we're doing. What is processed foods? It's everything that's not on the pantry list, pretty much, kind of, sort of. Ask me if it's confusing about what the processed food is. And we'll also bring it up into one of the videos in this series. And also no alcohol, no caffeine. Oh, I don't want to get in between anybody's red wine or white wine or coffee because I don't want to not do friends. I want to make sure we're all friends for this one. But okay, I remember Lynn Mayer telling me that, and she said, you know, don't stress about the coffee. And she also said that in some cases it could, you know, if it feels overwhelming in a day, that I don't think it's good to incorporate a glass of red wine for this 21 days. So I'm not going to recommend it. This is your cleanse. I'm not going to recommend to drink coffee. I'm not going to recommend to drink wine. It will slow the process down because when we drink caffeine, our body has to take care of the caffeine. And when we drink alcohol, the body has to take care of that extra sugar. And just for these 21 days, we just want to have a clean slate. And it will be a difference. You'll notice a difference. I highly recommend it. Okay. We'll hop over to vitamins and our omega oils. Are we taking vitamins with this powder, or is it vitamins in it? This powder doesn't have the recommended daily vitamins for women or men. It has I know it's afternoon yawning time. It is recommended to take your daily vitamins with this, and also if you take omega oils, which it would be flax oils. You can toss everything into the smoothie and there it is. So you get your daily recommended dose of your vitamins. And remember that we need flax oil or omega-3 oils to absorb vitamins A, D, E, and K. And then it goes on and on with the D and the C and the calcium. That's for later. The powder does not have the essential vitamins, but it has essential greens in there, lots of it, that will help us to cleanse. Okay, and what about the grains and the beans that's onto our pantry list? It is said, okay, so what happens is I can't find a place on this pantry list that says the amount of grains, or maybe I didn't read it deep enough, but the recommended dosage of this, so we don't just eat grains and beans all day long and forget about the vegetables and the fruit. That could be raw, sauteed, in the oven, cooked, pureed. It can be in any form, right? The ideas are endless. Half a cup of the cooked grains a day. I think it's only quinoa. That's quinoa and buckwheat are the two ones that are on the list. And then if you do the beans instead, there's quite a few beans that's been added on. Then that would be 1 cup of beans. So otherwise, we might go around and eat quinoa and buckwheat and beans all day long, and then we'll have a purification baby instead of a purification cleanse. Just to say, right? Just so we reach for the other things. And okay, so, and some of us are like, woo, I need some more protein. Have a cooked egg. Have some white cod fish if we feel like we're like, whoa, because those are a little bit easier to work with, and they don't get stuck in the body as much. But as long as you can eat those things, this is your cleanse. There's one thing on the pantry list I just want to like shout out, red alert. It says tahini. There's tahini butter that we could, I think that's the only nut. I don't even think it's a nut. That's the only butter that, besides real butter, the sesame seeds. So thank you. It's a seed. It's there are few seeds that are available. Just make sure that you're not allergic to tahini, because once it's a butter, it's like extra, like allergen. So just check before you toss in, because I've had one person toss in a lot and ended up at the ER. Oh. It was my husband. So yeah, because I recommended it. Yeah, we didn't know. So anyway, just check. Okay, this could be good to know. And number 18, do we need to stay close to the bathroom? No, we do not need to stay close to the bathroom. But when it's time to go, it's time to go. That's all I'm saying. It is. We will do number 1, more fuller. Because it's like, woo, it comes out better, because it goes through the digestive system and vacuums everything, intestines, organs, everything in the blood. And I don't know about everybody that does this, but some people go to the bathroom once a day, some go to the bathroom once every other day, and this might make you go to the bathroom 2 or 3 times a day, which will be so healthy, because we want to eliminate and not have anything backed up in there. If we drink the smoothies first, then they digest a little quicker, and then we can get the food afterwards. But there is no reason not to layer, or do it vice versa. Do it so it works for you. If you want to eat your breakfast, warm breakfast first of whatever it is that you're choosing to eat from this list, then do that. And then don't eat a big meal in the evening. It is designed to do 2 to 3 smoothies a day as we wish. If we do 1 big smoothie and do 4 scoops in the smoothie and do it that way, or if we end up going to the kitchen 2 to 3 times a day and making that smoothie, that's up to each and every one. And you can layer the smoothie with the food. You can have the smoothie with your meal. You can make it work for you. Okay. But to see results, we want to get those 2 to 3 smoothies in. Okay, now I wanted to just browse through the pantry list to make sure that that we have things that there was something. Okay, that's right. Okay, so we start tomorrow. Eliminate processed food that we love to nibble on. We put them to the side, change around in our cubbies. And then we do the cleanse. On day 11, we start to introduce our proteins again, whatever proteins that we eat, not at all the processed foods, just so we know that we have 10 days of the full cleanse with no animal protein, if available. If we get low energy and we need protein, more protein that's in this offered on the pantry list, then we'll add protein. But I highly recommend not to add red meat. And then we can do that after on day 11. On day 11, we can add our meats again, and like a size of our palm, and see how it goes. And like, this is certainly not an elimination diet, because we eat all kinds of things. I mean, some of us are allergic to some of these things on the pantry list, but it's really good to take advantage and pay attention to when we are done with this, to introduce the food slowly. If some of you are getting off of it early, just please don't go eat like a big bowl of nachos or something like that, because you feel not good for a few days, but then you'll feel good again. Okay, so coconut milk is another one I wanted to bring up, because those are the milks that are allowed, coconut milk and hemp milk, that I still to this day have not tasted. Coconut milk, it's very tasty, and it's very easy to drink, and it's kind of sweet. But it can also act as a stopper for many of us, because it's so thick and rich. In moderation, okay? I'd highly recommend to make the smoothies with water. I don't recommend to substitute this powder SB Complete tub for any other powders, because they are not designed to do the same thing that this is doing. And then, okay, broth. This will help us also through the day. You can buy it ready-made. You can cook it at home. Beef, chicken, vegetable broth. It is so filling, and highly recommend it. Okay. Okay, that's what was on that one. And on the other one, if there was anything there. Okay, on day 11, we can look forward to adding beef, chicken. We can look forward to add different kinds of protein. And then I'm looking at the other ones. There's a lot of beans that is allowed. It has changed a little bit. So they do all these kind of testing, I think, how things move through the system with these beans. Quinoa and whole buckwheat, those are the grains that we can eat for the duration of this time. That's all I have. That's all I have. I haven't gotten any questions. They were all on there. I think the ones that I did get, actually. And yes, Marilyn.
I do have. From what I've read in the past, recent past, like your smoothies, they can be too full of fruit, sugar. So I feel like I've read half a cup of fruit.
Yes, thank you for bringing that up. Okay, if we do 1 serving of fruit or berries, then we'll do 2 servings of vegetables, and that will balance out. And then it won't be inflammation, or not inflammation, but bloating. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
Good. Thank you.
Vegetables.
Any questions, Carol? No, you're good. You're good. Elise?
Thank you for doing
Did you
this.
start a week earlier? Are you guys on it? Or
Today is our first day.
okay, that's right. That's a week earlier. Okay, good. Oh, yay.
We didn't cut
Congratulations.
much out before we started, but here we are.
No, sometimes that's your suggestion. Sometimes
No,
you
it's a
just,
good
okay, today
suggestion.
is the day. I'm starting today. That's good too. That's good too. You've done it before, so it's not completely new for your body.
Correct.
Okay. I'm just going to close the recording, but I'll stay here. Stop recording. Thank